back, ladies and gentlemen. Dukect back for you once again. And, well, looks like the whole Microsoft buying spree is not doing so well. One of the main franchises there, Crown Jewel, might be in a bit of trouble. But they're saying everything is fine. As a couple of days ago, the official Halo Twitter account produced a statement for the series right here. It says, Halo Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. Hintzy's studio said, with this nice Twitter here. But then this news comes out after Microsoft announced it would laying 10,000 employees. And let's look what's going on here. Let me just, the broadening cost-cutting measures, everybody. Let's see. And here's the article right here. Right there. Here it is. And it says Microsoft plans to lay off 10,000 employees as part of the broader cost-cutting measures. The company says securities filing on Wednesday, making the latest tech company to reduce staff because of growing economic uncertainty. And saying no one, this is right here, a quote of Microsoft CEO Stadia. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Satya Nadella said that the company was not immune to a weaker global economy. No one can defy gravity, and gravity here is inflation-adjusted economic growth, he told WEF founder Klaus Schwab in a live stream discussion. In a memo to staffers Wednesday, Nadella also cited changing demand for digital services years due to the pandemic, as well as a looming recession fears. We're living through times of significant change, and as I meet with customers and partners, a few things are clear. First, we saw customers accelerate their digital spend during the pandemic. We are now seeing them optimize their digital spend to do more with less. Microsoft had approximately over 200,000 full-time employees globally as of June 30th, 2022, according to U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's filing, with some 200,000, 2012. No, God's name. 100,000. I can't speak. Sorry. But over 100,000 of those staff is based in the United States. Nadella said the job cuts represent less than 5% of the company's total workforce, and reductions will be complete by the end of its fiscal third quarter, which ends in March. He said the company will incur a $1.2 billion charge in its second quarter related to severance costs, changes to the hardware portfolio, and the cost of lease consolidation. These decisions are difficult but necessary. Multiple tech companies have made deep cuts to the workforce since the start of the year as inflation weighs on consumer spending and rising interest rates squeeze funding. Demand of digital services during the pandemic has also waned as people return to their offline lives. Amazon has announced 18,000 people cuts. Facebook, 11,000. Axios has laid off, it says the largest in company history. In October, Axios reported that Microsoft has laid off under 1,000 employees under several divisions. Yeah. And right here, let me get back here to share this tab here. Yep. Yeah, well, that is true, probably, Jay. The Microsoft is destroying the Xbox. The Halo is collateral damage. Yeah, but like I said, this stuff here, right here, is probably because, they bought all those other studios and everything else. But maybe it's not. Maybe it is something isolated because of the whole, because of people returning online life and offline life after the whole pandemic, which we're still on, but not as badly as 2020. But I'm reminded we're still in a pandemic and such. And then you have, there have been the 343 esports director, Che Chao, said that right here. At least 60 of his ex-colleagues were laid off. 60 people from 343 Studios. And this is, again, another issue with this is like the co-founder Bonnie Ross and engineering director Dave Berger leaving in 2022. I don't know why I keep talking 2012 for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, yet, look at this. The short-term future Halo is still filled with ambiguity. Halo Infinite is not doing well. In fact, it peaked over with 250,000 players. Now it struggles to maintain 5,000. Furthermore, the alleged single-player DLC that was rumored to be in development was confirmed to be non-existent, dashing the hopes of many fans who eagerly anticipated the next chapter in Master Chief's story, with the entire development cycle of Infinite being tumultuous due to delays, missing feature at launch, and focused on multiplayer live service experience. Oh, yes. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if this might be on the chopping block soon as well, which is, again, companies cutting costs, cutting corners, and being lucrative. And you know why? Because, America doesn't have these type of rules and everything against, gambling and all this type of stuff, These little loot boxes and, live services, people have to spend money to buy all this useless garbage. Which, by the way, let me just go here. Let me see. Let me just put this up. Let me just see if I can find it. Here we are. Speaking of the live service game, and I've actually played this via the Game Pass. Let me just see this. Played this during the Game Pass, and it sucked. The only one who's a good player is Iron Man. But that's what? That's not the big story here. The Marvel's Avengers development is ending. And then right here, no more heroes or content will be added to the Marvel game. It says, let's see, it's Endgame for Marvel's Avengers. Well, I would say it's not that, because at least Endgame had like yeah, there was actually the positive thing for they actually say today. This is just Thanos won and just took over anything. And the 2020 game, developed by Crystal Dynamics, published by Square Enix, won't get any new content or features after March 31st, when the game final update version 2.8 is released, and all official support for Marvel's Avengers and digital purchase of the game will come to an end on September 30th. There it is. It's September 2023. And it added a Winter Soldier and a roster of playable heroes, and including Lab Omega level threat. It's the final new content to be added to the game. There'll be no new cosmetics added to the game. Marketplace and all final updates will occur in the update 2.8 in March. Crystal Dynamics said that the game's single-player and multiplayer content will remain playable indefinitely, even after official supports end September. However, after September 30th, we can't guarantee that we will be able to address issues that could occur to unforeseen circumstances. And let's see if I can find another story to talk about Marvel Avengers and stuff. Because I just, one of the big reasons why people did not like this. Where is it? Goodness. Where is that glitch that they had? Where was that? It was let's see. Where was it? There was a... Where's that? Let's see. Where is that glitch? Here it is. Found it. There it is. This is one thing I still can't believe this actually happened. This lovely thing. If you remember when Marvel's Avengers had this weird bug. Yep. Oh yeah, they killed Maxwell, Fable, Project. Oh, dang, that is true. They did kill and take them all down. That sucks. I mean, Microsoft, Fable, Project Gotham Racing, all that stuff. I would say about one thing about Nintendo. At least they kept their stuff on point. And then you get to this. I love this thing, this story here. People seem to forget about this story, but it actually happened. Marvel's Avengers has a weird bug on PS5 that puts your IP address on display. Yep. It shows a string of floating. Oh, remember this story. Oh, gosh. It was only a couple years ago, but it is amazing how this actually happened. How a major studio actually had this thing actually happen. It is amazing. And I'm like, at that point, I was surprised it took them this long to stop doing. I mean, they should have pulled the plug after that. Like, when you have a system, the PS5, where you can have this thing happen to it, I mean, I don't care what you add on. I'm never touching that game again. It's just, to me, that's insane. Oh my gosh. Man, that is amazing of how bad this game, this whole curse of the Marvel's Avengers was. And adding this fact is a live service game. Add all this stuff in. And that stuff here. And then tie it back here to this title here, Halo, is that you see a game just like Marvel's Avengers that just over time it just whittled away its fan base with bad stories. Honestly, the first single player game was bad, terrible, just glitchy, graphics and controls and all that stuff, especially for the previous consoles and everything. Forcing me to upgrade to next gen to have at least a decent stuff. And even then, I mean, there were still bad glitches when I played it. And then you look at when you look at Halo, you see people just leaving. Not only that, but look at this. I mean, DLC, single player DLC, and then now saying it's just not rumored to be development. It just said people who want to care about Master Chief, it's gone. And I wouldn't be surprised that Halo Infinite will probably have stopped, which is so, I think with this dwindling player base, lack of actual care lack of care of the players really caring about the 343 experience of the Halo franchise. As I sit and watched, as I looked upon it, I played Halo 2 and 3, and I really liked them. I played the multiplayer a while, and I just I traded in to GameStop when I was after a couple years, it's all right, and I just moved on. But I feel so bad for the Halo community because they had to watch their series, this whole Master Chief, just slowly dip from Halo 4 to all the way to Halo 5, how that was a debacle, and then Halo 6, this game, Halo Infinite, this debacle, and then the TV series, just punches in the guts all around, and I'm just like, man, this is terrible. This is terrible for the franchise, man. This is terrible for them. And I know, people who play, love these games, love them, and it's a shame. It's such a shame because there was such potential with this franchise, such glorious potential, and now here we are, being completely and totally, just in a very bad state. And even if 343 did leave and such, I think the player base has been so hurt by the previous Halo games and the other stuff that is connected to the franchise. I mean, at this point, you might have to reboot it. I know this might be a bad thing. I know people don't want to hear this, but at the end of the day, this needs a reboot. This might need a reboot, and it might need it hard. Halo needs a reboot. Halo needs a reboot at this point to save this franchise. And maybe that's a way to do it, to finally just to shake off the cobwebs. Shake it off shake it off. Here you go. Shake it off. To shake all this stuff off. Yeah, I know. I know, Jay. That's right, Jay. I hit. I don't. People don't want to hear it, but this franchise needs a reboot. Halo needs a reboot, and I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know when you can do it, but if they really need to, they need a new studio. They need people to come in and say, "What is Halo? Is it a multiplayer game? Is it a single player game?" They need to figure out what it is and build on it, and just to get the fan base back. And it might not be a big game. It needs to be small. It needs to be, a small story, a connective story, to really just say, you can't be big and operatic. You need something small. You need something like, okay, connect with people with this. All right, don't need to break the bank of this. It's Halo. You need to say, okay, do you need to be a good game first? And then slowly but surely start bringing things big again. But also, when you start bringing big again, make sure you keep a relatively grounded stuff. And don't lie on trailers, too. What do you mean? Don't lie with trailers and try to misrepresent people, saying, oh, it's going to be this huge, one Master Chief versus the other thing. And no, they don't even fight, man. It was just a short, it's just, that's what Halo 5 really got me. It's like they built up this huge confrontation with this other player and such, and then they don't do anything with it. It's just these, lies and manipulation stuff to these players with the stories, and I'm honestly, they've really ruined this franchise, and they just need a new coat of paint, some new people behind the scenes, a new developer. Find a new developer that actually understands the series and knows the lore of the series, and just says, we're going to go start fresh, rebuild this thing, reboot it, and just like, hey, we need to bring back the love and the respect of the franchise that it once had. Because remember, way back in 2001, when this thing debuted, no one really cared. It's not going to do well. But it grew because of the fan base. It grew because it was this new thing for Xbox. It was their crown jewel. It was their pillar. It was they were like for Batman '89, and jokes like, it was the number one guy, that you are my number one. And there it is. It was their number one guy. And ever since, after, honestly, Halo 4, they haven't treated Master Chief with any type of respect or whatever. And it's sad. Yeah. It is what the fuck. It's ruined and everything else, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was probably in this TV show is made terrible as well. But you know what? Leave something in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear what you have to say. What should they do with the Halo franchise? Can it be saved and going on its current path? Or is it needs a reboot? It needs to be rebranded. It needs a new set of eyes to really save the franchise. Anyway, that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Leave a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. The segments will be on the main channel probably around Saturday. And after that, go and you can talk in the comments here, and also you can talk to comments over there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to Jay, all that good stuff. Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.